Erna Pardede from Austin, Texas is with us today on the Michael D. Show here in Dallas. So excited because she is a woman of faith. She's a faith-driven investor. She's an entrepreneur and she's chief of staff. Welcome to the Michael D. Show. How are you?
I'm doing good, Michael. Thank you so much for having me here.
Well, I'm really excited to have you here. What is a purpose-driven entrepreneur? And tell us a little bit about your journey to get where you're at today.
Yeah, so I'll be happy to do that. So for me again, faith-driven entrepreneur or investor is about transform life. So in the book, right, I titled the chapter as Sound of Freedom for a reason, because for me again, I believe I can live fully free by following what God has given me to do, by doing the assignment that He has me to do. Then I can live life to the fullest. So that's what freedom is all about. And my first transformation actually happened when I was in college. So I grew up in Jakarta, Indonesia, middle class family. So my family focuses a lot on education. So I went to Melbourne, Australia for high school, and then United States for college. And that's where I met Jesus. So I got transformed, feeling empty and then trying to understand, is there more to life than all of this, right? Mm-hmm. And that's when I met my spiritual mentor. I did a discipleship with him, and that's when I accepted Jesus into my life. And that doesn't mean that life is full of flowers, but it does mean it's within me change. So wow. I found a reason why I exist, that I do not need to create things for myself, but there is somebody that created me for a purpose. So as long as I stay within that purpose, that I can live life to the fullest.
That's amazing that that's affected your entire life and mm-hmm. that you discovered that so young. Tell me about the China transformation.
So the China transformation, so I was with Boeing for about 15 years at that time. I was an engineering director with Boeing China. I had about 140 engineers and technicians under me. And I felt empty again because I thought, oh, this is what God wanted me to do, right? Work for the corporate and then climb up the ladder, but then I felt empty. I was thinking, is there more to life than all of this? So that's the second time where God really got hold of me. He wanted me, actually, he was telling me, I want you to step into entrepreneurship. So I was thinking, like, what is that? I got scared, actually, when he asked me to do that, because all my life I've been working for corporate, and I do not know how to start things myself. But knowing that I cannot really say no, right? So I was actually negotiating with God. So 2019, that's when he spoke to me, and we agreed, 2022, I give you 4 years, right? The reason for 2022, because I turned 50 when I was in 2022.
Okay.
So that's the next milestone. So, and God was telling me, with the resources that I've given you, with the talents, the educations, and the experiences, you can multiply the resources I've given you, make more impact, serving other people more efficiently than in your current role. So that actually got me started with my husband. We prayed about it, and 2 questions that we are trying to ask ourselves, right? What is it that I need to step into in 2022? And then how do I replace my W-2 income so that at least we can step into the new role more confidently, right? So that got us into the focus on, stepping up into understanding what is the goal that I have for 4 years, and really step into the game, right? Committed myself. I got into the training, and the things that I learned the most is about investing in myself. Don't be scared, spending money on yourself, right? So I want to get into real estate, so I joined the mastermind with women, as well as don't save money, because saving money in the bank at that time, you only earn 1%,
yeah.
You need to invest.
Right.
So by focusing on having a goal in mind and understanding the why, within the 4 years, actually, we acquired 5 additional properties.
Okay.
And we also acquired a business in California, assisted living. And at the end of the 2022, I was able to replace about 75% of my salary.
Oh, that's
just
great.
By having passive income.
Now, you were telling me in the green room about the MIT experience. Tell us a little bit about that.
So MIT is a grace of God. I've never dreamt myself being able to be admitted to MIT because I'm not that smart. But it was part of the journey, right? So I was telling you about the transformation. So MIT is preparing me into entrepreneurship. I got accepted into MIT back in 2010. And again, I negotiated the entrance year because I was still in Japan. When I got accepted, I was in Japan. So I was thinking, well, that's January, and to be in school, I have only about 5 months, June when the school started. So I negotiated the entrance date, so deferred it for a year, and then I got into MIT. And it's just a wonderful experience with MIT. It's not so much about the school itself, but the mindset, because they are teaching students to be leaders, and they are also teaching students to be entrepreneur, right? If you put your mind into it, you can get there, but you need to really commit to yourself. And the other thing I learned about MIT, because it's a fellowship program, I got 2 degrees within 2 years. So I learned a lot about trusting people and delegate. You need to trust and delegate a task. And that's also the skill set that is needed when you become an entrepreneur. How do you trust people and how do you partner with other people? So that's like the most amazing experience I had for the 2 years.
Your life has really been accentuated by transformations. Tell us about the third transformation.
So the third transformation that I have is meeting my mentor, David Snyder. When I exit Boeing, I was into multifamily. So I joined 2 different masterminds, and it's a lot of things that you need to learn. And I was just feeling, God, you need to help me. Give me a faith person, a group, where I can be accountable, right? So that I don't listen to all of these voices. So that's where I met David Snyder. So I believe with the assignment God is giving you, He's also going to provide a person or resources to get you to where He needs you to be. So David Snyder has been in the multifamily industry for 41 years, very experienced, right? So at the beginning, I asked him to be my mentor. I met him at the Faith-Driven Investor Study Group. So when I met him, and we started getting to know each other, and then I was asking him to be my mentor. He said no twice, but being an entrepreneur,
That's not gonna stop you.
You do not stop at the no, right? Yeah. So at the third ask, he was asking, maybe we can try it. So at the beginning, we tried to do ministry together, facilitate a study group with faith-driven investors together, and then we just got connected, and he asked me to be his chief of staff. So in 2023, he started trying to activate his foundation, Community Growth Foundation, and I was just really, the vision, the mission, and the purpose of the foundation really speak to me. So the vision, mission, and the purpose of the foundation is to create or to cultivate and nurture faith-based multi-housing ecosystem. Right. The whole purpose of creating this ecosystem so that you can achieve community wholeness. And, can you imagine 37% of U.S. population right now lives in multifamily? Wow. And then the study also said 95 to 98% of residents living in multifamily, they are unchurched. So it's just creating a huge opportunities for us, right? Business side, you make good money out of multifamily, but also it presents ministry opportunities.
I love that.
Yeah. So the way we try to do this is through the 4 pillars. I do not know if I can get into detail here, but it's through ownership. So we are going around talking to different leaders in apartment business to collaborate with us. The goal is to own 20,000 units in 10 different cities. And the purpose of owning those units is for ministry purpose. Oh, wow. So the second is to go around talking to churches, educating churches about multi-housing ministry. And also we have training videos that is ready to go if they are willing to just work with us.
Is that right?
Yeah, and the third is faith-based education in property management. You wouldn't believe that there is not really an education requirement or any requirements at all to be a property managers. Wow. And can you imagine if your property managers is actually called to serve you?
I never saw it as a mission field, but you obviously did. That's incredible. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
So, LinkedIn. So I usually just use my LinkedIn. So I have it here. So Erna Pardede, and that's my LinkedIn.
We'll hold it up so people can scan it.
So you can scan it. So it's Erna Pardede, and that's my email address at e.pardedealum.mit.edu. And I also have the LinkedIn page under Erna Pardede. And what is this? Sorry, I couldn't read it backward. And if you want to schedule a call, right, just talk about, my journey, you can get to my calendar. And this is also the Community Growth Foundation. So we are planning to publish a book. So I need your help, Michael, to publish a book as well as starting our podcast. So we want to be able to communicate more and share about the mission, vision of the foundation itself. And we believe, I just get excited because a lot of people responding, right? So it's just the beginning state of our journey. So I'm just excited to see where God
Learn more,
is leading
follow
us.
Erna, jump on her calendar and read her chapter in Powerful Female Immigrants, Volume 4. Thanks for being with us, Erna. We're going to have you back, and really proud of your journey and where you've been and where you're headed. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you.